see the thing. I don't care. Hello, welcome to the stream. Um, Let me turn this down a little bit. Yeah, welcome to the stream. We're gonna play a game. You can. There's so much stuff going on. Oh, that's my hair just being wet. Okay, wait. Nope, there's something in my hair. There's a lot of things in my hair. Hi, how are we doing? Honestly, this camera is making me realize a bunch of things and I hate it. My barber cut off my baby hairs in October and they're still struggling to grow back. And yeah. We're gonna play Hey Girlie again because we didn't finish it. And there's 8 weeks and we are just starting week 3, so we gotta get on that. Yeah, I'm gonna hop right into the game. Not right now, but like once I actually pull it up. One thing I love about this game is I'm sorry, I just got blasted with music. Okay. Yeah. Uh, did I have it that loud before? I don't know if I had it that loud before. It was extremely loud. Maybe in the game it's quieter. Yeah. Let me just turn my music back up so I can actually hear myself again. But yeah, we're just gonna start. Have a good stream. Let me do my YouTube intro. Hello, welcome. We are playing Hey Girlie Dimension 20 fan game with Kristen Applebees dating a bunch of women. Yay! Part 2. We are on week 3 and we have 5 more weeks to go. So, yay! I'm not gonna do that motion ever again. Matter of fact, this isn't gonna make the cut. Congratulations. Y'all are seeing something that's not gonna make the cut. Yeah. We're playing Hey Girlie. We're gonna have fun. And we're trying to get tracker, but we are talking to a couple other people. So, yeah. Let's get into it. I'm trying not to sing so bad. I've been in the singing mood. Refreshing. Ignore the tape on my headphones. Y'all, I gotta call myself out before you guys do it. Yeah, there's tape on my headphones. Deal with it. Let me get to my PC. Nope, don't sing. Okay, it is extremely loud in my ears right now. So, let me go into windowed mode. Oh. Okay, this is full screen. Oh. I'm just gonna do that real quick so I can see how... Hey, pull the screen up so I can see how it is compared to... Oh my gosh. Okay, the music isn't too bad compared to my voice, but in my headphones it's uber loud. But we should be good. I'm gonna keep it pushing. Oh, full screen. Do 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 ba 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 da da da. Bo bo do ba ba da 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 da. Okay. Yes, 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 yes. Yes, I remember all of this. Great. Let me load game. Oh wait, let me listen to the stream. Okay, it sounds good there. I'm just gonna have to deal with the loud music for now. I'm still gonna be kind of blocking the captions. Sorry. I'll try to read it out loud to the best of my ability. And if you guys are deaf, well, I'm just gonna keep it pushing.
Hey, girlie.
Hi, bestie. Who's ready for a new week? I sure am. Oh, it was spacebar.
That's, yeah.
I'm really not sure I vibe with how into this you are. Are you gonna be like this every week? Let me turn down the volume a little bit. Who's to say? I love Kristen. Just let me live vicariously through you for a while, okay? You literally have a wife whom you see all the time, but okay. Not to mention, it's kind of a big deal that you get this right, or else we might both die. Remember? But no pressure. No pressure. Right.
Okay, love you, bye!
Exactly, so have fun, be your best self, and I'll call you later. Okay. Hey. Okay. You know, we really haven't talked to Fig. You know, but I'm on a mission, you know? Tracker. Take a break at home, you deserve it. Oh, we could go home. We might see her, but Tracker. Will be school's counselor's office? Yep, we gotta do Tracker route first. I don't really care for her. No offense. So, we're gonna go school, home. Great. That's the plan. And then, wherever life takes us, we'll go elsewhere. Once again, let me listen to the, stream. And yes, I still use wired headphones. Deal with it. This isn't your first time breaking into an office at Egg Fort, and it won't be your last. It is the first time you had Tracker with you, though. She's a different partner than you're used to. When you commit crimes with Fig, she's usually leading the way, gleefully cackling the whole time. Tracker seems content to just walk alongside you without comment. And sure, the way she scanned the hall as you pass through them reminds you of Riz, but she seems far more amused at the prospect of getting caught than he ever would. Shouldn't there be more wards on this? You check the knob, it's not even locked. Jawbone's got an open door policy, he takes it literally. Tracker sighs, fun and exasperated, all in one. That sounds normally reserved for you. Of course he does. I'll set something up for him on the way out. The door creaks, it's so loud in the silence. Egg Fort eerily quiet without the usual hustle and bustle of young adventurers crowding its halls. With a dramatic bow, you hold the door open for her. She curtsies in response. After you? Why, thank you kindly. You gonna tell me what we're doing here yet? Hey, you're the one who wanted to see what Jawbone was up to. Tracker snorts. I meant hanging out at home, not breaking into his office. Meh, tomato, tomato. That's the dumbest joke I've ever heard in my life. You know what? I will redo that. I will redo that joke. Where is it? Was it here? Nope. Here? Meh, tomato, tomato. You just said the exact same way both times. You know what? I'm not even gonna bother.
Yeah, alright, fuck it. Yeehaw!
Yep, alright, screw it. What's a little B&E between family? Besides, it's been way too long since I've gotten up to any real shenanigans. Was the Centaur Rodeo not shenanigans enough for you? Never enough shenanigans, Kristen. Honestly, I'm offended. Both of you look around the office. It's very jawbone. A few novelty mugs on the desk, lots of his semi-abstract art on the walls, a wicker egg chair dangling from the ceiling. You should get in it. You should get in it.
Cool.
That's what I was thinking! It's surprisingly comfy. Also, you don't think you're gonna be able to get out of it without some awkward flailing. You live here now. Hey, Benji. We're just starting. Well, I'll give you the rundown. Basically, we're breaking into Jawbone's office, which is Tracker's uncle, I believe. Did I genuinely forget the lore? Yeah, we're breaking into his office for fun. It's a little date between us. She just doesn't know it yet. Tracker walks around the office a little aimlessly, smiling softly at a photo on his desk that you can't see from this angle. You take the chance to just watch her. Not ogling her exactly, but just looking at her because you can. Because you miss having the chance to. She looks content. No, more than that, she looks happy. She's not grinning or anything so obvious, but the set of her shoulders is relaxed in a way you don't remember seeing much sophomore year. Really, you don't remember too much from freshman year either. There's so much to Tracker you still have yet to experience, and relax is apparently part of that. Still, you get butterflies in your stomach at the thought that maybe, just maybe, you could be a tiny part of the reason she's so happy right now. Tracker claps her hands together, startling you from your reverie. Okay, bad kid. What should I do first? You're asking me?
You got it, cowboy.
Yeah, why not? Show me what you got, cowboy. Oh man, pressure's on. It's gotta be something good. Something cowboy title worthy. Well, we're not gonna look at student files because, that's invasive and, not a good look. Pranks. We're doing pranks.
Ow, ow, ow!
Heck yeah! Any suggestions? You're not one of the bad kids who goes all out on pranks. That's Fig and surprisingly Ad-Eye, but you've actually got a pretty good idea. Okay, let's turn everything upside down. Everything? Everything. You get to work. Some of it's easy, the file boxes, the paintings. You make a show of flexing as you pick up Jawbone's chair, which is rewarded with a fond eye roll from Tracker. You can't miss the way she tries to subtly check out your gains though. You knew you liked the gym for a reason. When the paintings Tracker is being even gentler with than the rest, you give her a questioning look. I drew this one as a kid.
Cool, sick.
Aw, that's cute! You picture little Tracker holding a crown in her tiny wolf paws. Aw. The two of you get back to reorganizing. By silent agreement, you save the desk for last. You finish turning the chair upside down, taking it off the hook, flipping it, and hanging it back up before grinning at Tracker. Anything left but the desk? I think we got everything. Tracker holds up her palm in your direction. immediately high-five her. You high-five her. Tracker grins at you. Heck yeah. Heck yeah. The desk is a lot heavier than everything else. Maybe you should have taken out the drawers first? Well, whatever, you already started. You both get on each end of the desk to try and flip it over. From this side, you can see the photo Tracker was looking at earlier. A picture of a much younger Tracker smiling with all her teeth at the camera, and a guy who looks vaguely familiar? Tracker notices your attention. That's from the first rodeo Jawbone took me to. I wanted to ride that centaur so bad, he had to hold me back from jumping out of my seat. Too small. Man, she makes it too easy. Well? Tracker raises an eyebrow in warning, but you can't resist. The urge is simply too powerful. Glad you finally hit that height requirement this time. Barely. Tracker rolls her eyes at your blank eating grin, placing the photo carefully off to the side. Only one of us fell off our centaur, I'll remind you. You gasp and shock betrayal. It's very dramatic. Low blow! You hold Tracker's stare for a moment before both of you burst out laughing. And as it turns out, laughing so hard you both completely miss the sound of the door creaking open. Oh, lordy lord. Let me see what voice I can pull. You kids need any help? That can't be the voice. That can't be the voice. Add some gruffness to it. You kids need... Nope, it's doing the same thing. You're just gonna be country, sir. You kids need any help? You both yelp in surprise and drop the desk, thankfully not on either of your feet. You've been caught! Scatter. Tracker does not in fact scatter, which means you fully collide with her and fall to the ground. Well, at least the rug is comfortable. You okay? Your pride is bruised, but your body is intact. You get up and smile awkwardly at Jawbone. Hey! Well, it's always nice to see the two of you in my office. He takes a moment seeming to realize that it's the two of you in his office. He sits in the egg chair, a lot less awkwardly than you, despite it still being upside down, and sighs a bit, fixing you both with a look. So, we're doing this, huh? She got a loss for words. You can help. Oh, no, you can't help. This is a completely hopeless situation. You want to grab Tracker's hand, squeeze it, show it you're in this together. You have a feeling that maybe that won't help this situation with this specific circumstance, though. For once, you resist your first impulse. Jawbone's expression seems unreadable to you for a second, but after a moment of just looking at the two of you, it softens into something deeply fond. Wait, is he smiling? You feel your cheeks redden in surprise and relief. I can't say I'm too surprised. You two always did have a way with each other.
Galakea, help me.
Well, it was voice acted for me. It's a whisper. It might be a genuine prayer for help. It's worth a shot. Cassandra? Are you out there? Your phone buzzes. Oh yeah, Cass is out there and loving this, so she's not exactly going to swoop in and save you. I'm all for whatever makes you happy, both of you. But if you're real in doing this, you need to go all the way. Record scratch. Huh? Okay, phrasing. What I mean is, you have to commit to doing things right. Making it real, any sort of relationship takes effort.
I turn invisible.
Okay, Encarna, Ruvina, yes, can literally any higher power save you from this conversation. I love you girls to the moon and back, you know that, right? I don't like to see either of you hurt.
Don't.
Tracker seems to shrink into herself, crossing her arms and avoiding your eyes. So if you're gonna do this, make sure you're on the same page. If this is you two being friends, I'm good with that. If this is you trying again, I'm good with that too. All I want is for you to be happy. Just talk to each other, alright? I don't want to see you get your hearts broken again. The sheer understanding present in his voice makes you want to crawl out of your skin. Oh man, he sure did see you at your absolute lowest. This is so embarrassing. You're never going to recover from this, like, ever. Actually, Tracker also looks embarrassed. Did she? No, okay, the situation's awkward enough without you thinking about how she felt after your breakup right now. You spent enough time doing that after it happened anyway. And hey, if you ever want to talk about it, I'm here for either of you, for both of you. Tracker nods. I know. I love you too. Jawbone smiles at her. Even with the fur, it looks just like his grin in that old picture. Now, can I get you two girls anything while you're here? Cup of tea? Stay a while?
I think I should get going.
Actually, I think we have to leave right now for a thing. A thing? You don't remember a thing. Tracker gives you a sharp nudge. Ow. Yes, a thing. A thing that is happening right now, immediately, and we are running so late for.
Right, totally.
Right, that thing. I had almost forgotten about the thing. We should go do that. Just make sure you two are staying safe. Okay, Jawbone. Love you. See you later. Okay, bye. She did not say all of that. She grabs your hand, practically dragging you into the hallway as you two book it the heck out of there. You're out of breath by the time you make it to the lobby. You stop just short of the doorway, doubled over, so close to freedom, yet so far. Curse your ragged lungs. So, that was so awkward, so embarrassing. Ugh. She holds the bridge of her nose with her free hand, cheeks bright red. Oh, come on, he wasn't that bad. I know, at least you were there with me. I'm not gonna do third option. Let's never speak of this again. Yeah, we're not doing that. I know, at least you were there with me.
You like to keep me on my toes, huh?
You watch as Tracker's blush deepens, and oh boy, the butterflies in your stomach are back with a vengeance. You squeeze her hand reassuringly. Better to get the awkward conversation out now rather than later, yeah? Tracker looks at you for a moment and squeezes your hand back. Yeah. So, now that we're not in the thick of it, can I say it was kind of nice? I don't know, parent vibes? Tracker smiles softly at you. You know she gets it without you having to explain. I think he was right about one thing there, though. Tracker looks at you visibly confused. About us being on the same page. And what page is that? Okay, now or never. Can I take you out? What now? No, but maybe next week? Like on an actual date. We can do a fancy dinner someplace. Tracker's quiet for a long time. No, Tracker's quiet for long enough that you begin forming a wild plan to flee the country. Fallen Out wasn't that bad if you think about it. Okay.
We're really doing this, huh?
Yes, I like that. I really like that. Awesome. I'll pick you up at home. It's a date. You blush like you're 15 again. It's a date. Someone's calling.
Cool, sick.
Guess who's got a date?
What an interesting mystery.
Huh, what a mystery. Cassandra, I'm teasing. I'm very happy for you and Tracker, Kristen. I really liked hanging out, but I want to actually date her, you know? Woo her. And no matter how much it sucked to have a conversation like that, Jawbone was right. We need to be on the same page. Wow, I didn't even have to lead you there. Great job. Where are you taking Tracker out to? You'll see. That was cute. That was cute. 10 out of 10 cuteness. Okay, we're gonna go home, but let me see where we would be taking her out to. You're picking her up at home. Oh. Okay, and I'm gonna go. Oh wait, I gotta go home, right? To meet Miss Girl. Where are you? Yeah, take a break at home. You deserve it. You can't sleep. You haven't heard from... No. No! No! This is supposed to be... It's supposed to be Copper Kettle! What's going on? Man, okay. You can't sleep. You haven't heard from Nara for a few days, and you're honestly starting to get kind of worried. Let me get this mouse off the screen. What if her crystal turned off on its own and she couldn't figure out how to turn it back on? What if she got lost on her way home? What if she's stranded in a forest somewhere with only bears for company? What if she accidentally offends the bears and they get mad because she ate berries with a knife and fork instead of her hands and they eat her hands? What if the bears eat her hands, Kristen? Okay, maybe you're getting a little bit carried away. You're sure she'll call eventually. At least, you think she will. You hope she will. With that healthy dose of lingering doubt in your mind, you finally doze off. Why? I'm about to go on a date with this girl and I'm talking to this woman's ex. Okay. You are woken by the sound of loud knocking on the front door. You check your alarm clock at 6:01 a.m. You trudge from your room to the foyer, cursing whoever decided to make your life a living heck today. As you crack open the door, you're blasted with a ray of sunlight that will obliterate a vampire, along with a flock of songbirds that herald its entrance. Also, Nara is there.
Salutations, Kristen.
Yeah, voice acted for me. If you were more awake, you would be glad to note that her arms are free of bare teeth-shaped bite marks. However, you are a walking zombie right now, and zombies have no time for empathy.
Adriel!
Yeah, they said it for me.
Yes, 'tis I. I am sure you are much happier to see me than your face would suggest. May I enter?
You would be far more happy to see her if it was, you know, a normal time of day to be awake. You could swear even the songbirds are yawning. Why are you here?
Goodness! I do hope you have not already forgotten the invitation you extended to me last we met.
You think back to the last time you saw Nara. Just come to my house whenever. Whenever. Whenever.
Oh, goodness.
My goodness, your muscles are large, Kristen. May I make out with them passionately? Passionately?
Forget it. Okay, so maybe that part didn't happen. Probably. Oh no, she's giving you puppy dog eyes. You're powerless to resist.
Right, totally.
Yeah, okay, come on in. Let me save real quick. Let me listen to myself. Okay, we good. The music's kind of quiet for you guys, but I'd rather it be too quiet than too loud.
How wonderful.
Wonderful. Do not mind the birds. I like the trumpets that typically announce my arrival, but Solace is outside their jurisdiction, so I had to make do with these wonderful creatures.
It's okay, I love birds. One of my best friends is a bird. You're lying now? Why are you lying? You're not awake enough to lie. Just stop saying words.
Then I guess all of this has worked out splendidly.
You watch helplessly as she breezes past you to perch on the edge of your couch, surrounded by a ridiculously thick cloud of feathers, and pass the spot next to her encouragingly.
I wonder.
So, what can the phone do exactly?
So inspiring.
Anything you want, baby? You wish I had said it that way.
Kristen, I am older than you.
It can do a lot of things. You can call people, message people, take pictures, play games. Nara gasps.
Do you have games on the phone, Kristen?
Okay, it was voice acted for me. You sigh. You can already tell this line of conversation is gonna last a while. Yeah, I have like a couple. You're lying again. You have dozens of crystal games and you play them religiously.
Oh.
May I play the games on the phone, please?
And there are the puppy dog's eyes again.
How is she so cute?
Yeah, okay, guys. You have literally zero willpower. This is getting embarrassing. Luckily, one of the games has caught Nara's eye, freeing you from her hypnotizingly adorable gaze.
Oh my.
Kristen, shall we play Slice the Twine? The little creature in the picture seems most polite.
Yeah, sure. You fire up the game and hand her the phone. She stares at it patiently for a while before turning to you.
How do I slice the twine?
Right.
So that's,
Uh,
yeah.
You just swipe the screen like this. You demonstrate. I did do that.
I see.
She attempts to swipe of her own, her finger barely touching the screen, almost like she's afraid to break something. After a few tries, the candy eventually falls into the creature's mouth, much to Nara's delight.
What
Chris-
fun!
Kristen, I have done it. I have successfully sliced the twine.
Yeehaw!
Heck yeah! Do you want to move on to the next level?
Why would I do that? I have already sliced the twine. What could another level possibly contain?
Would you like to find
I
out?
think not.
Absolutely not. The fact that there is more than one stage to this game is one of the many follies of man.
Uh-oh.
The gluttonous beast known as greed has overtaken us all and has left us with an ever-growing desire for that which no one needs, yet we all beg for. To follow this game to what it perceives to be its logical conclusion to endorse the idea that there is never enough twine to slice.
Ooh.
Oh, I skipped it.
Ooh, chariot surfer. Shall we play that one next, darling?
Darling. Well, when she puts it like that, how can you say no? Sure, the point of the game is to run from the chariot inspector after he catches you vandalizing a chariot. You also collect coins and stuff.
Ugh.
Nara looks scandalized.
Kristen, I simply cannot play this game. How can I possibly endorse the crimes of this child? Why would I delay the inevitable justice dealt to them by the long arm of the law?
This is totally great.
Oh no, this is the second game that Nara hasn't taken a liking to. Maybe it's time to change tactics. Maybe we can try setting your phone up instead?
Splendid.
Fun.
I will possess the power of the phone games within my very hands.
How can you hear the way she capitalizes words? Sure, but maybe we can start with, like, the basic stuff first? Nara takes her phone out from somewhere. Does she have pockets? Even too distracted by her face to notice. And you spot a sticker that says 001. Nara catches you looking and smiles proudly.
Ooh.
Ah, I see you've noticed the engraved model number of phone. The phone.
Do you have a model number on your phone?
The vendor was most adamant that this is the very first model of the newest version.
The sticker is clearly peeling off at the corner. You think you know what's happens here. I don't want to let her think that she really got something. I'm gonna say 3. I hate to go against the word of a master craftsman, but are we sure that's an engraving? Nara takes a closer look at the sticker and carefully presses her nail against it, as if to feel the texture. Instead, the sticker comes easily off. Nara lets out a dramatic gasp.
Oh my.
Kristen, this engraving removed itself.
It's called a sticker. The guy selling you the phone lied.
Ugh.
Nara stares at the sticker in abject disgust.
You truly think someone would do that? Just go to the mall and spread falsehoods?
I have it on very good authority that they would. Exhibit A, the sticker in your hand. Hey, it's okay. Everyone falls for one of these sooner or later. At least you got yours out of the way early. Just gotta be careful who you trust.
Indeed. If nothing else, I'm glad to know I can trust you.
Anyway, all that aside, let's start by setting up a screensaver. Nara nods approvingly.
Seems like a wise choice. If it is meant to save one screen in times of peril, we must obtain one immediately for the phone.
It's kind of just a nice little picture you can look at on your phone all the time.
Oh, wonderful.
Oh, wonderful! I simply adore little mementos.
This is certainly news to you, 100%. You are trying so hard not to express your extreme shock at the news that you have just received. Your arms still ache from those shopping bags.
Okay.
That was sarcasm. I did not know it was sarcasm until we got to that point. So what do you want to do? So what do you want your screensaver to look like? She ponders for a moment, then her eyes light up in triumph.
Ooh.
I have just the images for such an occasion.
You see Nara reach into her pockets. So she does have pockets, and rummage around. She sees you staring in confusion. This, I feel like hair got in my mouth. And I don't know what to do about that. I don't feel it in my mouth right now. So okay. I guess it wasn't there. You see Nara reach into her pockets, so she does have pockets, and runs around. She sees you staring in confusion and gives you a quick wink. Is it hot in here? Eventually she seems to find what she's looking for and pulls out, no, it can't be, 2 framed paintings, both at least 4 feet taller than Nara.
I see your astonishment, and I must agree, these paintings are the finest I own.
Mommy.
You have more?
Of course! I have one for each year I have been alive, and several family portraits.
Now that the initial shock has worn off, you take a closer look at the paintings. One is of Nara in a forest clearing, rays of sunlight kissing her face. Birds are perched atop her fingers as she smiles gently and looks in the exact direction you think the sun will be, for some reason. She must have strong eyes. The second painting is much colder. Nara and her parents sit in a room with black walls and a red floor, surrounded by random items that you have to assume symbolize wealth and found wealth somehow. Nara's in the middle in an armchair that looks both expensive and uncomfortable, surrounded by her parents, each with a hand on her shoulders. For some reason, it makes you feel as easy as everyone in the painting looks. You stare at the paintings and zone out so hard you don't even realize Nara has asked you a question.
Ooze?
But what, huh? Ooze? What's this about ooze? You briefly imagine what Nara might look like as a plasmoid. Ha! Princess Ooze.
I said, which painting do you think I should choose?
Oh, duh. You cast aside all thoughts of slime and try to lock in. Let's take a selfie. It's like a picture you take with someone but on your phone.
That's unexpected.
A look of pure confusion is on Nara's face. I'm gonna drink some water, because my voice right now, it's only like 40 minutes. Oh, brother.
Kristen, I did not think you could afford a painter. You almost have my respect.
You choose to ignore that last part. No, you can take pictures with your phone.
How wonderful.
How wonderful! Let us take this selfie together.
Nara pulls you in so your cheeks are squished together. The whole thing feels very teen rom-com, and you can't help but blush a little as you feel her silky soft skin against yours. Sweet Cassandra, what moisturizer does she use? The first picture has Nara looking at entirely the wrong place, so she makes you take at least 10 more until she gets the perfect picture. You know, there are other things you can change about the phone.
Like what?
Besides the text, how the apps are organized, the language.
Ooh.
Nara immediately perks up and tries to play it cool immediately after.
Kristen, would it be possible to change the language on the phone to Elvish?
sure? Why wouldn't I be? Yeah? You do as she asks without question because you are a hashtag ally. She looks incredibly satisfied.
Thank you. It is a comfort to have some small familiar thing within my phone. I am naturally fluent in several languages, but Elvish is by far my favorite.
It's no problem. Hashtag ally.
Kristen, you have taught me much of the mysterious ways of the phone today, and for that, I must thank you.
You blush at the idea of making Nara happy, which is strange because making Nara happy usually comes at the cost of your self-esteem. It's no problem. You know, there's other stuff that runs on crystals too, not just the phone.
Fascinating.
Really? Please, tell me more.
You rummage around your room, sending less important childhood belongings flying behind you. A few of them catch Nara's eyes.
Oh my.
Kristen, are these portraits of yourself shortly after your birth?
Sweet Cassandra.
No! You hastily snatch the photos away from her and cram them into a random box. Nara looks disappointed.
No? But you look so adorable in those rags.
You do not regret your decision. Eventually you find your old PSP and dust it off.
Oh, what is that?
It's my PSP, stands for Personal Crystal Device. I used to play with it all the time when I was a kid.
How are you making those sounds with your human mouth?
So inspiring.
It's hard to explain. Common is such a complex language after all.
Oh.
Nara furrows her brow and pouts. Anyway, there are a ton of games on here you might like. There's Crash Bandicoot, you get to race against other people in cars, and there's this really cool loading screen where you suddenly realize who you're talking to.
Oh, where you... what?
You press the button and it makes a fart sound. If she wasn't so polite, you're sure Nara's face would retreat into itself in distaste.
I do not think I'll be doing that.
You try to think of anything on your PSP that doesn't have a fart joke in it. There is one singular app.
Okay.
Maybe you like, her eyes look so hopeful and kind, like a baby deer or a bird or a baby deer. Google Maps for the PSP? Nara gasps.
Perhaps Solace is not so bad after all.
To contain maps on such a small object, Solace is truly a wonderful place.
Is this the first time she's complimenting your hometown? You blush as you bring up the maps. As you show her how it works, you notice something. Oh wow, look, if you zoom in, you can see the little horses in that field. Neat.
Kristen.
Kristen! I did not know you were a horse aficionado.
I did not read that right.
I did not know you were a horse aficionado. We simply must ride sometime.
I must be off.
I must leave to make preparations. I will see you later. Love you. Bye. Mwah!
Sorry, what was that?
Wait, what? Someone's calling.
Ring. Well, someone looks happy.
Holy moly, Cass, that was so nice. Like, we didn't do much. I just set up her phone, showed her some games and stuff, but it almost felt like we were friends.
Aww.
You know, you can't spell girlfriends without friends.
Sweet Cassandra.
Oh my, Cass, we're not, it's way too early for the G word. It's our second date.
So, I guess the question is, what do you have planned for the third?
I think she's taking me horseback riding. Yeah, I'm supposed to be at home. I'm getting way too many apples with her, and that was not my intention. So there's a risk that I won't even get copper kettle. I might get big when I return home. Dang. Okay. You're the worst big sister in the entire world. All this stuff about dates and the spring fling and flirting has somehow distracted you from the things in your life that are actually important. And now you have to fix
Even
it.
cowgirls get the blues.
Yep. It's big. Gorga must recognize something in your expression because he drops everything to give you a ride back to Mordred and doesn't even pry the way your other friends would. You barely remember to thank him before you're flying out of the hang van, brushing off Sandra Lynn's concern and Jawbone's kindness as you sprint to your room. How the heck do you forget about Cork's birthday? You don't even have a present ready for him. You find a sheet of blank paper, fold it in half, and attempt to draw an ear corn with a smiley face. Give me a speech bubble that says, "Happy birthday." Yeah, it looks even worse than you thought it would. It's not like Cork would care. He's probably going to scrunch up his nose no matter what you get him, since he's recently hit that particular age during which boys hate open affection. But he would know that you half did it, and you would know that he knew, and you would rather shrivel up and die before letting any of your siblings think you forgot about them. Your crystal lies heavy in your pocket. I'll say, don't laugh, but why is the music not playing no more? I'll say, don't laugh, but do you know how to draw an ear corn? Or like literally anything a 10-year-old boy might like. It's urgent. We are with Kimberly! I'm trying not to be too loud. Yes, I'm so happy. Do I look like the internet to you? Hello? Space bar. Let me save real quick, because this game is freaking out already. You stare at your phone in horror. You texted Kipper Lily? You meant to text literally anyone else, and now the bane of your presidential career knows exactly how much of a mess you still are. Hey, can you pretend I never sent that? Now, why would I do that? The great Kristen is begging me for help again. I could call in so many more favors from you now. Kipper Lily, I'm being so serious right now. I cannot take this on top of everything else. There's a pause. A speech bubble with 3 dots pops up before disappearing. I need the music to be playing. Okay. Oh my gosh. My parents are literally underneath the floor and I can hear them. Okay, did I save? I think I saved, but we're gonna exit out and load back in to see if the music will play. If the music is not gonna play, that'll be sad. Where? Oh, go over here. Load game. I saved, so hopefully. Ow! Okay, there's just no music. Great.
Even cowgirls get the blues.
Don't laugh. Oh, you're actually panicking, aren't you?
Blimey.
Question mark, question mark, question mark? Please, you can't blame me for thinking you're messing with me after all of last year. What's the full context? And don't think I can't parse out for myself. All that would do is waste my time and piss me off. Just tell me what's going on, applebees. It's easier to vent everything to Kimberly than it should be. Maybe it's because you're not really friends. Maybe it's because you don't expect any empty sympathy from her the way your party of only children plus Adine would offer. Maybe there's something about Kimberly herself that makes it easy to confess minor shames to her. Oh, well, that's a lot. I don't know anything about boys, but they like food, right? You could bake. It's easy enough to throw together a batch of cupcakes in the afternoon. I don't know anything about baking unless it's ready-made cookie dough from the store. Wow, that's pretty sad. You should try it sometime. Okay, here goes the music. Like, today maybe? With someone who already knows so much about baking things like cupcakes? Hint, hint. Okay, that sounded pretty desperate, but in your defense, you are desperate. Hopefully she takes pity on you. What do I get out of it? Rogues and their favors. Surely you can think of something Kipper Lily would consider worth her while. I don't know whether to leave it open-ended, like literally anything you want, or I'll steal another one of this book for you. I think I'll do literally anything you want. Aren't you already doing that for the office key? Fine, Applebees. I'll save going to the arcade for next week and help your sorry ass this time. When should I expect you? Oh, what do you mean? Oh, I ain't supposed to go to you now? I should have expected that. Remind me where you live again? You send Kipper Lily the address to Morgan Manor and spend the next 20 minutes scrolling through cake recipes in the kitchen, each more elaborate than the last. You're about to give up in a fit of despair when you hear someone open the front door. There's a quiet conversation before deliberate footsteps slowly make their way down the hall and Kipper Lily appears with a small tote bag.
Hello, Applebees.
You live with the school counselor?
Hey, girlie.
Belatedly, you remember reading all of Jawbone's notes on his sessions with Kipper Lily. For the first time, you feel a bit guilty about it. Yeah, sorry. Should have said something.
Ugh, whatever.
Voice acted for me. She begins taking things out of her bag and placing them in a certain order on the counter. A half-full bag of flour, a jar of sugar, a plastic container of eggs pre-whisked with milk, a small box of butter, and a bottle of vanilla extract. I thought you might already have the basic, but I wanted to prepare in case. What kind of cake do you want to make? Growing up, the only cakes we had were to celebrate harvest season and mostly made of cornmeal, and Mom would cut the sugar in half, so... Kipper Lily stares at you. Right, so we're not doing that. Chocolate, vanilla, give me something, Applebees. You shrug helplessly. Just choose chocolate. She rolls her eyes and storms past you to the pantry. Jeez, this is dire. After a few seconds, she emerges with a small bottle of rainbow sprinkles. Good enough. You don't get a choice anymore. We're making funfetti. Kipper Lily shoves you over with her shoulder and turns towards the utensils. After she locates a few bowls in the kitchen scale, she texts you something. I'm gonna find whiskey and whatever else. Start weighing stuff according to that. She sent you a photo of a handwritten recipe in a worn, dog-eared book. And delete that photo when I leave. Mom will have my head if I let you keep it. You have the feeling you've been entrusted with something far more important than anything you could have promised Kipper Lily. When you try to thank her, she scoffs and shoos you off to measure flour into a bowl. So, who's this all for again? My little brother. Kipper Lily pauses from her task of placing cupcake liners in a muffin tin. I didn't see any kids on the way in.
So that's,
Oh, my
yeah.
brothers don't live here. They, live with my parents in the family home. Kipper Lily studies you. You distract yourself by dumping sugar into the egg milk mixture she brought with her. Brothers, plural? How many of you are there? She doesn't ask after the obvious. You're more grateful than you thought you'd be. 3 younger brothers and me. Bucky's the sophomore paladin at Egg Fort. You've probably seen him around.
No, can't say I expected that.
The brat who's always trying to get people to join that prayer chain app. You wince. I see the resemblance. Hey now! Don't overmix, they'll turn out horrible. Is that experience talking? Unfortunately, Raymond has absolutely no knack for cooking or baking. This recipe is pretty forgiving though. My mom showed me how to make these cupcakes for my 5th birthday, and we baked them every year since. That's a cute tradition. Whatever, put the sprinkles in, Applebees. You look at the bottle of sprinkles Kipper Lily dug up. It's around half full. The recipe calls for a tablespoon, but there are definitely enough for more. I will measure it to earn the respect of Kipper Lily and to respect her recipe. How precise of you. Why are these called funfetti anyways? What kind of question is that? Have you never had a birthday cake before? I told you the only cakes we made growing up were corn cakes for church. This is why organized religion should be a crime. The sprinkles bleed into the cake during baking and leave behind colorful confetti-like spots.
Oh, sick.
Oh, that is pretty fun. Oh, very good, Applebees. A joke absolutely no one's made before ever. She turns to an invisible crowd and gestures toward you. Everyone bow down to the intellectual wonder that is President Kristen Applebees. Here she is, the person you all elected, displaying just how clever she is. She cuts herself off with a laugh. She's being mean, but it doesn't actually sound like she means it. It's kind of weird seeing her so carefree. Anyhow, the oven's preheated now. Let's pour the batter in and get baking. She lets you do the messy work. You're happy enough to do it so you don't complain. You know, you still haven't explained exactly why you were so freaked out earlier. I don't really want to talk about it. I get that, really, I do, but you're the one who dragged me across town on half an hour's notice to bake these cupcakes. I'd like to know exactly what this actually means to you. You can't really argue with that. I don't really get to see my brothers all that often, so I focused on the big occasions like birthdays. Makes sense. The timer goes off, you scramble to get the cupcakes out of the oven. Kimberly sets up a cooling tray and begins deftly setting them on it. So, what's the next step? Do we frost them now? Absolutely not. The frosting would melt. They have to be at least room temperature before you can even think about it. She sets a new timer, orders you to start washing up the dirty dishes. She dries them as you do. Usually I wash the dishes when the thing's in the oven, but that's just me. Do you have any siblings? One older sister. She moved out to Bastion City years ago. Huh. Do you get to see her much? Only when she comes to Elmville for the holidays. You think about how long it's been since you've seen your brothers in person. Sometimes you wonder what they think of you. How often they think of you. If it's as often as you think of them. You must miss her. I want to tell a little jokey joke, but I feel like she's going to get offended, so I'm just going to say you must miss her. Sometimes. You work in awkward silence for the rest of the cleaning job. When the timer rings, Kimberly snaps back into action, getting the frosting bag ready and shoving it into your hands. Any tips on how to do this? I didn't even notice. Those are two different art styles for Kristen and Kimberly. It's not rocket science, Applebees. Just swirl it on. What if it looks bad? But it works. Even though they're two different art styles, it works. Homemade baking never looks bad. It always either looks rustic or charming. Did your mom tell you that? Grandma, actually. Kimberly phrases it as if it's incredibly embarrassing for her to even have grandparents, let alone talk about them. Oh, that's pretty cool. I haven't talked to my grandparents in ages. On account of the church. Got it in one. Kimberly looks deeply satisfied figuring out without you having to say anything. Impulsively, you lean over with the frosting bag and dab some on her nose. She stares at you, shocked into silence. A beat passes and then another. When you brandish the frosting bag as if to do it again, she squeals and quickly backs away, wiping the frosting off her face.
What the fuck?
What the absolute heck, Applebees? What possessed you to do that? She sounds more flustered than angry, thankfully. Thought you could use some. That's... Kimberly struck silent again. You're getting very good at that. By your third cupcake, you got in the hang of swirling on just the right amount. And by the fifth, she's regained her voice.
Fine. You win this time.
Anyhow, do these meet your standards, Applebees? Honestly, they look kind of bad. You overfilled a couple cupcakes and ran out of batter for others, and one of them is burnt along one side. You try to compensate for cupcake size by adding more frosting on the smaller ones, and now they're sagging. You ran out of sprinkles before you could finish decorating all the cupcakes, so only half are dotted with little rainbow non-parallels.
So inspiring.
They're perfect! They'll taste perfect at least, and that's all that really matters. I have to get home before it gets too dark though, and I bet all your friends are wondering where you are. The sun's starting to set. Did you really spend the entire afternoon baking with Kimberly? Shoot, you're right. Sorry for holding you up. Oh, whatever. How do I get out of here? You make sure to hold all the doors open for her on your way out. Kimberly rolls her eyes but doesn't quite manage to hide how pleased she looks at this.
Colorly impressed, applebees.
So you do learn, Applebees. I aim to take care of my constituents, whether they're blackmailing me or not. Maybe I should start asking you for more help on things, though. Wouldn't have guessed you'd be a baking expert. A single cupcake recipe hardly makes me an expert. Besides, that's not how this deal works. You're helping me, not the other way around. Sure. I mean, technically I never asked you to come over. You could have just sent me the recipe, but I really appreciate the initiative. Kimberly opens her mouth to retort before closing it, pressing her lips together tightly. Embarrassment flashes across her expression for barely a moment before she schools her expression. Folding her arms and hiking her bag of leftover ingredients up onto her shoulder. Oh my gosh, don't do this. Don't do this. Why does the game freeze like that? I was about to lose my mind. You're welcome.
Let's never speak of this.
If you ever tell anyone I was here, you're never seeing that key.
You're cute when you're angry.
Before you can say anything in response, she turns around and darts down the path to the road, never looking back. You didn't even get the chance to thank her. Maybe we'll be able to track her down. Didn't she mention her plans next week? You just quickly scroll through your text. Oh, arcade date! Arcade date. Fine, Applebees. I'll save going to arcade for next week and help your sorry ass this time. When should I expect you? Well, that makes things simple. When you scroll back down, you come across the photo of the recipe. Again, right, she wanted you to delete that. You think about it, then you lock your phone and put it in your pocket. Someone's calling. I would have deleted it. I don't care what surprise you got planned. Someone's calling. Your knight. Your knight in shining armor. Or, well, your rogue in shining sweater.
Yeah.
No dragons to be slain, but she did save the day. Cork's gonna lose his mind over the cupcakes.
What an interesting mystery.
I'm kinda liking Kimberly. Dang. You know what? We'll just see. Can I date two people at the same time? And the two of you open up to each other a bit more. Yeah, I say the day ended with a rousing success. Sure. Crazy what a mid-sent text can turn into. Week 4! Whoa!
Hi, Kristen. I missed you.
Okay, we saved. How many? Okay. Hour, 4 minutes, not bad. Yeah, we're definitely gonna have to finish this the last week of June. Hi, Kristen. I missed you. Honestly, I think I see more of you these past few weeks than usual, but okay. What's up? What's up? Another fun week of wooing our lovely eligible bachelorettes to snag a date to the spring fling. You didn't already forget, did you? No, I mean, how could I? I'm just saying, maybe it would be nice for a little, hey Kristen, what do you have for breakfast? Or, yo Kristen, I saw what you did with that hacky sack, that was awesome. Oh, almost forgot to remind you that you have Gulapalooza coming up this weekend, so get that cute little butt out there and make some connections. Maybe one of our spring fling candidates will be up for spending the day with you. I knew that's what happened. I want a tracker, but I might choose Kimberly. But I don't want to fail the route. I forgot to tag them. I forgot to put the link in the description again. Oh my gosh. You know what? I gotta look it up. Can I date both? Hey, girlie. Dimension 20 game. Okay. They said Kipper Lily's route is the hardest. So I'm just gonna lean into Tracker for right now. But I feel like I've been making good right choices with Kipper Lily. We'll, yeah. We'll just go for it. We'll just go for it. Maybe one of our spring fling candidates will be up for spending the day with you. So, where's next? Okay, downtown. Home. Okay, good. We get to be outside again? Who's outside? Okay, we're gonna go home. Why does this game keep freezing? Stop playing around. Sighing, you fly back onto your still unmade bed after a half hour switching between outfits, making sure there's nothing stuck in your teeth, Cassandra didn't help, and pointedly ignoring your Dee laughter. You have to stay at the pre-date jitters where there's nothing left to do except wait.
Even cowgirls get the blues.
You stare at that immovable rod attached to your wall. This is torture. But date night with Tracker. It's been a while. You've got this. You're not nervous at all. Well, you're a little nervous. Okay, a lot nervous. What if you mess this up and Tracker decides she never wants to date you again? Pull yourself together, Applebees. The time for freaking out has passed. It's the night of your reservation. Yeah, you made a reservation. You're in it to win it. And you're gonna have a nice time with Tracker. You like Tracker. She likes you. She said yes. How bad could it go? Famous last words. Now that you think about it, it could go really bad. Being the patron saint of doubt and having faith in your own date planning abilities feels contradictory. You sigh and hoist yourself out of bed. You're as ready as you're ever going to be. Also, if you lie here and wait any longer, you might throw up. Tracker's hanging out in her own room. You thought she was going to spend more time in her dorm once she got accepted to BCU, but she's been here a lot more lately. You try not to read into it too much. You say you picked Tracker up, so you go to meet her. In retrospect, not as chivalrous as an offer when she's only a few hundred feet away from you, but hey, it's the thought that counts. Out of habit, you reach for the candelabra that opens the secret passageway between your rooms. The door is already halfway shut behind you when you remember the last time you used this passage. It was nice. Really nice. Well, until you got caught by Sandra Lynn. Might be a little too forward to use the passage right now. Anyway, you leave it and take the long way around. You knock rather than barging in.
Hey, what's up?
Come in. You open the door and see Tracker lying back on her bed, much like you were. When she sees you, she scrambles to her feet. Tracker runs a hand through her hair, idly mussing up in an unfairly distracting way. You both speak at the same time. Hey!
Tracky.
There's a pause.
Tracker.
Are we done? Okay. There's a pause and then Tracker laughs, a little shyly, and oh, sweet Cassandra, she's so cute you could explode. Is this okay for whatever you have planned? She gestures down at her outfit. You said fancy dinner, but I wasn't sure if it meant full suit or like Olive Garden. What you're wearing is fine. More than fine. You look good. Great, even. You think you hear Cassandra laughing at you from down the hall. Traitor. Tracker laughs too, but doesn't feel mean. I got what you meant, Kristen. Don't worry. Let's just relax. Have a good time tonight. Smile at her. She's right. Let's just have fun.
So inspiring.
Yeah, okay. Tracker's smile widens. Besides, it's not like tonight's our only chance. We can always, I don't know, head back to the Centaur Rodeo and steal me another hat. You should have worn the hats. It's still sitting on your dresser. It's okay, though. Next time. Tracker reaches for your hand and squeezes it reassuringly. Hey, I'm a little nervous, too.
You got this.
But then I remember,
believe in you.
it's just me and you. You squeeze her hand back. Anything you need to grab before we head out? Nope. I'm all yours. You walk Tracker out and hold open the passenger side door of Jawbone's car for her. Milady. Tracker rolls her eyes before dissolving into laughter. Dork. You talk about everything and nothing on the way to the restaurant.
Cool, sick.
Tracker's coursework cleric stuff at BCU is apparently not too bad in the first semester. Noted. And what you're working on with Cassandra and the other people you both hung out with over the past few weeks. Uh-oh. Okay, I thought she was gonna talk about me hanging out with some other people. She still seems to find the idea of you being present hilarious. Weren't you in detention literally on the first day of school? Hey, I had to beg for that. That actually sounds really lame in retrospect. Forget that I said that. You're having such a good time just talking with her. You're surprised to look up and suddenly find you've arrived at your destination. Tracker squints out the window at the restaurant. I don't recognize this place. Trust me, you're gonna love it.
You got it, cowboy.
Okay, cowboy. Let's see what you got. She rushes out the door to hold the door open for you this time and takes your arm with a smile when you offer it to her. You proudly walk her up in to the hostess.
Howdy there.
A reservation for 2 under Applebees, please. Tracker looks at the decor, the menus, and blinks a couple times. Kristen, what is this? The host interrupts you before you can answer her, walking you to your table. You pull out her chair for her, and she smiles at you, a little distracted. So, this is... The lights all go out, stealing your thunder a bit. Aw, man, spoilers. Anyways, ta-da! It's dinner in the dark. It's supposed to be really fun. Nah, I have to look at my food. I am not eating in the dark. I have hair in my food. I've had mold in my ice, in my drink. I am not gonna eat in the dark. Respectfully. But you know what? I'll pretend it's cute for this. And the food's good from what I could find. Plus, it's kind of on theme for us, huh? Darkness, twilight, etc. Definitely, but, Kristen?
I turn invisible.
Oh, no, she hates it. You remember I have dark vision, right? Ooh! You did not remember that. I mean, you forgot. Why lie? I don't see the purpose.
What was that?
You sigh. I forgot. I'm so sorry, Tracker. You rack your brain to find some kind of silver lining in the situation. They do free appetizers here. At least we can maybe stay for them. I'm down to stay the whole meal if you are. Will you have fun if I can see? Yeah, I always have fun with you. Even if you're gonna make faces at me the whole time. Oh, absolutely.
I really missed this.
You can hear the smile in her voice. Maybe this isn't the worst idea you've ever had. You both wait for the service to arrive. It's kind of weird the way your eyes are refusing to adjust. Fun kind of weird though. Tracker breaks the silence first. You think they give you a minute or two to read the menu first, right? No, that's part of it. The server reads it to you. Ah, I get it. Obvious now. Wait, better question. How are you planning on eating? Carefully? Tracker laughs again. You're so lucky I'm here. You really are. I am. That came out more raw and honest than you meant it to. Lump in your throat, you do your best not to think about what her reactions that might be. Okay, keep it playful. Keep it playful. This would be horrible. I gotta know what the reaction is. Also, that is a good point. How are you gonna eat? And how are the servers reading it? Did they only hire people with dark vision? I feel like that would cause problems. That's a suable problem. Like, oh, they only hire people with dark vision. Anyways. Promise to make sure I don't choke on a breadstick. I even promise to only slightly laugh.
Aw, I knew you liked me.
You pick up right where you left off, just drinking each other in, chatting about school and cleric and life and whatever else comes to mind. Both of you order and get your food quickly enough, and you breathe a small sigh of relief because it is actually good. Fantasy Yelp didn't fail you. Yay! You're about halfway through your meal when your crystal rings, the screen automatically turning on and just about blinding you. You hear some patrons turn to grumble at you for ruining their experience. Oops, you go to hang up on instinct before you see the caller ID. Bucky, Applebees. Everything okay? No, I'm taking this call. That's my brother? Yeah, that's my brother. I'm sorry, I have to take this call. Okay, you sound a little freaked out. Do we need to leave? No, it's okay. It's Bucky. I just want to make sure it's not an emergency. I don't know if that's a good choice. Is she gonna be like, this is our date? Is she gonna be weird about it? I'm so nervous about not making this route. Oh, I didn't. Oh my gosh. I should have created a save for each date. There are 8 saves I could have saved for each date. Oh my god. Oh no. I didn't even think about that. I just gotta keep going. You can vaguely see the outline of Tracker nodding as you pick up the call. Okay, just tell me if we have to head out early. Hey, sorry for the wait. Are you okay? Hey, Kristen. Okay, cool. He doesn't sound like he's dying. You calm down a bit. Are you busy? You glance at Tracker. Not if you need me. What's going on? I'm at a party member's house and Mom was supposed to pick me up, but Breaker's corn camp went long and she said it'd be at least an hour. Can you come get me? He doesn't reach out to you for stuff like this. You can't remember the last time he did. It might have been before you went to Egg Fort. Let me see. Can you text me where you're at? Sure. Thanks, Kristen. You end the call and sigh heavily.
So that's, yeah.
Would you be okay if we head out a little early? Bucky asked me to pick him up. I wonder if he still would have called back if I had hung up. Tracker goes quiet for a second. Oh my gosh, she's not happy. I'm just gonna have to keep going. I can't. Yeah, of course. Go ahead and get the car ready. I'll be out with the to-go boxes in a minute. You could cry with relief. Thank you. Hey, anytime.
I'm here if you need me.
This time the drive with Tracker feels longer, quieter, but still comfortable. Easy. You keep your eyes on the road, not willing to be the one who breaks the silence just yet. Bucky's not far, thank goodness. Only about a 5-minute drive from the restaurant, and from there, about 10 minutes back to your parents' house. Red light. You tap your fingers against the steering wheel, impatient to start moving again, and catch a glimpse of Tracker through your peripheral vision. She's just looking at you. She smiles a little when you notice her. Then she gives you a gentle nudge.
Cowboy.
Hey, cowboy. Light's green. Ah, it is. You speed off. Bucky's waiting outside the house when you pull up. Shield and backpack and sword still way too big for him. He grins and waves as you slow to a stop and unlock the doors for him. He clambers into the back seat. Hi, thanks again for this. No worries. Did you have fun with your party? We were working on a school project, but yeah, we had fun. Good. You realize you didn't introduce Tracker, and also that now you have to introduce Tracker and Bucky to each other. Seeming to sense your stress, Tracker turns to look in the back seat and smiles at Bucky.
Hey, stranger.
Hey, I'm Tracker. Bucky nods, still a little shy. Yeah, I'm Bucky, Kristen's brother. Go on, buckle up. That was worse than usual. Agreed. He does buckle up though, and you drive him on the vaguely familiar ride back to your parents' place. Bucky tells you about his sophomore year is going a lot chiller than yours, which you're thankful for, and his friends Drama and Eva, Bricker, and Cork. It's nice to hear how they're doing, even if it's all secondhand. You slow to a stop a couple houses up the street just in case either of your parents come home early. Hey, thanks again. Sorry to interrupt, whatever it is I interrupted. The car in park, he makes to leave. Impulsively, you find yourself grabbing him by the shoulder. Hey, you call me and I'll come. Always. Okay? For a moment, he seems surprised by the vehemence in your words. Then he nods. Okay, thanks. It was nice to meet you, Tracker. Nice to meet you. But
see you later.
Bucky gets out of the car. You wait to be sure he's inside the house before driving off again. He's a sweet kid. Reminds me of someone. Yeah. Sorry to interrupt our date for it, but you get it. Oh my gosh. I think I'm figuring out the problem. I keep accidentally clicking the mouse. You don't have to say sorry for that. I still have fun, so there. You glance at her just for a second and see her smiling. You can't help but smile too. You're reluctant to end the night here when you pull up into the driveway. Hey, let's make cookies. Tracker pauses halfway out the car. Is that a euphemism?
Sorry,
No,
what was
no,
that?
no! I mean, literally, let's bake something. Huh. Yeah. Okay. Do you have anything in mind? Chocolate chip? Is there a wrong answer for this? Don't do this to me. I'm just gonna do chocolate chips. Ah! Not for werewolves, remember? Wait, really? Okay. Please stop messing with me right now. I can't do this. I'm literally so stressed. No, I'm messing with you. Yeah, let's do it. The kitchen's free, thankfully, so you get everything you need out of the cabinets. Ingredients, mixing bowls, measuring cups, the whole 9 yards. It's only when all the equipment's laid out that you remember you're not entirely sure of how to make cookies.
So that's, yeah.
So, I don't exactly know the how-to part of how to bake cookies. Should I find a recipe? It's wild how we were doing this with Kipper Lily, and now we're doing this with Tracker. Nah, who needs recipes? We got this. You can almost see her figurative tail wagging with excitement. Well, at least she knows at least she seems to know what you're both doing. Okay, cool. The batter's a little too liquid on your first attempt. More like pancake batter than cookie batter. It's okay, we can just add more flour. Awesome! I didn't even know you knew how to bake. I know my way around the kitchen. There's a brief pause while she measures out another cup flour. I used to cook for Jawbone a lot before we moved in here. You nod slowly, not want to break the silence with the wrong thing. Not all the time, just, you know, sometimes. Mostly easy stuff, but cookies can't be that hard. She goes to pour the flour in the mixer bowl and accidentally knocks the whole thing over onto the counter. Flour and batter.
Okay, help me.
Darn it. You know exactly what to say. Here's the thing. I don't want to be seen as immature, but I feel like flower fight would be the right option, but hey, don't worry, I'll help. Either way, we're gonna have to clean the kitchen. I don't think she'll be too upset by it. Hopefully. I'm gonna do a flower fight. Kristen, what is a flower fight? This, obviously. You grab a handful of flour and throw it at her. Surprise attack! It's flour, so the effect is spoiled a little by how it mostly just wafts into the air and leaves a light dusting on her face. Tracker sneezes, then blinks. It clearly takes a second for her to process what just happened. There's a pause. Oh, it's on. The two of you take glee in making the mess much, much worse. The more germanic kitchen, which is usually filed in the category of mostly clean, descends into a place of complete cookie anarchy. Candyland is in shambles. Adine will shriek. Sandra Lynn might actually kill you. He'll be struggling. My bad. you'll be scrubbing sugar out of the cupboards for weeks. But you don't think you've ever seen Tracker smile so much, so it's all worth it. By the time both of you finish cleaning up the mess, neither of you really feel like another culinary experiment. You decide to watch a movie with a snack that you can actually make: microwave popcorn. Tracker cozies up to you on the couch just like she did when you were together. The movie's some straight to TV teen romance flick and it's terrible. What kind of name is Boy Bye anyway? The sets are cheap, the actors are visibly overwritten, and the dialogue's profoundly terrible. You're having a blast. Your hands brush when you both reach for the popcorn a few times. After one of the characters in the movie gets back together with their ex, Tracker rests her head on your shoulder. Part of you wants to freak out about it, but it's Tracker. She knows you, your best and your worst, and she's here anyway. When the movie ends, you turn off the TV and both keep sitting there. You take Tracker's hand, lacing your finger with hers. Tracker makes a quiet, content sound.
I really missed this.
I'm glad we did this. I am too. Tracker looks up at you, head still resting on your shoulder. And thanks again for sticking with me through, you know. Anytime, Tracker. I'm here for you. I want to be here for you. Anytime, Kristen. I want to be here for you too. Tracker squeezed your hand. You've been doing a pretty good job of it so far. Are you free next week? We can redo our dinner date. You can pick this time. I'll still pay. My schedule's kind of packed. I got this charity run going at the gym. You could join me if you wanted. I'll see if I can swing it. It'd be nice to have you there. And then we can have dinner another time. I promise. My treats. Place can be as fancy as you want. I'm okay with like crumbs or something if you're with me. Tracker's quiet for a second. When you look at her, you see she's smiling. Hey, Kristen? Yeah? Tracker pushes herself up and kisses you. It's a sweet kiss for how sudden it is. Soft and careful, feather light. You want to be careful with Tracker too, to reach up and gently cover her face with your hand, hold her closer and kiss her back. Even if it might destroy you, even if it already has. So you do. You never want to stop. Eventually though, you do need to breathe, so you reluctantly pull away. Tracker grins at you. So if your brain wasn't short-circuited already, now it definitely is. Yeehaw! Tracker rolls her eyes, but she's still smiling softly at you.
Really doing this? Huh.
You're so stupid. And then she kisses you again, and it rules. Ye flippin' ha. Someone's calling.
Mommy.
Kristen, that was so cute. No wonder you're still blushing. She kissed me. Do you see that? She kissed me. I know I still need to take it slow. I'm not gonna ask her to bring Flea now, but I feel really good about this. This feels different this time. For the better, right? Totally for the better. Any tips for me? Honestly, no. Just keep going at it and go get her, Tiger. Yeah, no, that didn't work. Still rooting for you too. I feel like I read that wrong, but we're gonna keep pushing. She's in downtown. Okay. Oh, let me make sure I didn't miss any dialogue. I didn't. Okay, we're gonna say one more. I think we're doing good with Tracker. Let me make sure that y'all can hear what's going on. Okay, we're still doing good. 1 hour, 30 minutes. I think we're gonna end with this week, and then we'll have 3 more weeks to go. But so far, so good. Kipper Lily practically vanishes in the week after Cork's birthday. You didn't expect to notice her absence so much. It's not surprising, but it is a bit disappointing. You like to tell her that Quark loved the cupcakes and even laughed at your reused funfetti joke. You could text her, but it's more fun to talk to her in person, and her only signs of life are the mysteriously fluctuating air conditioning temperature at Egg Fort, and Riz's not so quiet grumbling over cheater classmates who take advantage of solid friendships. At least he's forgiving you for that. You're about to give up hope and resign yourselves to waiting for a text, and you remember her mentioning that she was going to the arcade this week. Perfect. The arcade has been renovated since you helped destroy it in freshman year. Most notably, it's taken over one of the neighboring storefronts and converted it into a laser tag arena. Teens and tweens are scattered between the rows of games and gotchas as you walk through, but not so many that it will be hard to spot Kipperlily. Surely you have more than enough experience rogue spotting to find her this time, right? You know what? I will look up this time. I will look up at the rafters, because you will not get me again. Because I feel like maybe she expected me to come here. The rafters. Not a sneak attack in sight. Probably good that you checked though. Okay, so she's probably at the claw machine. Oh, near laser tag. There! You finally spotted her near the entrance to laser tag, talking animatedly to an attendant who seems completely uninterested in whatever she's going on about. Hey, Kipperlily! Kipperlily glances over her shoulder in confusion, doing a double take and rolling around when she notices you.
It's you.
Oh, what are you doing here? I'll be honest, waiting for you. You said you were gonna be here.
Ugh, whatever.
Every time I think you're actually being normal, you prove me wrong. I'm not trying to bother you or anything, I just really wanted to tell you my brother really liked the cupcakes. All my brothers did, really. Oh. Oh, well, of course they did. Anything would be better than cornmeal. Quark tackled Bricker to stop him from getting the last one. You're welcome. So you're here for laser tag? Kipperlily's expression grows solemn. She puts her hands on her hips. I'm not just here for the laser tag, Applebees. I'm here to take back my title. Your what? Is this gonna be best trash picker upper all over again? Before you can ask her to elaborate on anything, absolutely anything she just said, someone laughs theatrically behind you. You turn to see someone around Kipperlily's height, dressed in baggy clothes, a bandana covering the lower half of their face. They brush past you to face down Kipperlily, who immediately squares up like she's ready to attack at any moment. What am I supposed to be? Question marks. This rematch has been a long time coming, Kip.
Huh, is that so?
Thanks for keeping that spot warm for me. I'm looking forward to seeing my name on top again. What is happening here? I was trying to do a lower voice, like the ones where it's like blurred face, but it went country again. I don't know about that one, my friend. I've gotten pretty used to being a champion. I think I'll stay right where I am. In your dreams. The mysterious halfling laughs again, turning around to keep eye contact with Kipperlily as they walk backwards to the door to the laser tag arena. They give a mocking salute as they disappear into the darkness. Kipperlily shakes a fist at them. The attendant sighs and is promptly ignored. Okay. Who was that? T100, my greatest competition for the laser tag leaderboard. So a lot of these are rude. I'm gonna say, and so you're here to beat them? With great prejudice. With great prejudice? What do you mean by that? The top spot has been bouncing back and forth between us for a couple of years now, but obviously it was a bit difficult to take part while I was in hell. They've been sitting pretty without being challenged for months now, but I am finally ready to take back my crown. Seems like some pretty serious business, Kip. Don't call me that. T100 just did. They called me Kip. 2 P's, all caps. That's exactly what I said. No, you didn't. I could tell. Now, I have some serious business to take care of, and I don't need any distractions. She waves a hand as if to dismiss you, only to pause and look back thoughtfully. Unless... I want to say one so badly. I'll just do 3, unless what? Kimberly just looks at you up and down appraising. Have you ever played laser tag before, Applebees? Sure, a couple times. Used to do it for my brother's birthday once in a while. Are you any good? Depends on your standard of good. And if that standard was bad, bad dexterity like yours is not. Sorry, I'm not gonna sneeze. I was like, you know what? Because last time y'all caught me lacking. I could not make it to my thing in time. But I did not sneeze. Yeah, nobody's gonna get me today. And if that standard was bad dexterity like yours does not make a good marksman make. Would any of your magic be useful? You're allowed to use magic in laser tag? Isn't that kind of unfair? If you're playing a regular game, perhaps. But this is for the top spots. There's no honor in championship laser tag. The only thing that matters is your final score. Oh, and it's a non-contact sport, so don't actually hit them with anything. That probably should have been the first thing Kimberly mentioned, but you let it slide. You scratch the back of your neck trying to think of what you have that could apply to laser tag. I've got darkness. You do? Goddess of Mystery and Night. Of course I do. She grabs you by the wrist and starts pulling you towards the laser tag arena. This is your next mission for the key. You're helping me win this game. Kimberly drags you into the laser tag arena, giving you instructions on how to organize the equipment in between a rundown on T100's playstyle that goes entirely over your head because you have never put more than 3 seconds of thought towards laser tag strategy. You didn't even know there could be a strategy beyond pointing and shooting. Then again, this is Kimberly. You wouldn't be surprised if she has strategy for making strategies. It sounds like a fun afternoon though. And as long as you go on my signal, this should be easy. Any questions? Uh-oh, you must have zoned out on the whole plan. I'm gonna ask, is this T100 guy a rogue too? Do I need to worry about sneak attacks? They're not a rogue yet. Give them a couple years. Don't worry, they're not allowed to jump on you or anything. Okay, and just so I have it right, the signal was... Kimberly raises an eyebrow at you and makes a quick gesture with her hand pointing to another spot in the room. When I do that, you cast darkness at the spot I point. It can't stop you from getting hit, but it'll disorient T100 long enough for me to get into position for an ambush. And after I cast darkness, I watch my back so T100 can't ambush me. Ah, your meat shield. That seems simple enough and doesn't hinge on you actually hitting anything. Wins all around.
Yeehaw!
Let's do it. T100 won't know what hit him. Kimberly grins as she leads you to the starting spot for your team. The laser tag arena is dimly illuminated by neon lights. Even someone as clumsy as you should be able to dart around without smacking into something. Walls of varying heights are arranged in a maze, and you vaguely remember Kimberly telling you about an open area in the middle that has some barriers to hide behind, but was otherwise the perfect spot for a free-for-all. If you lure T100 there, there'll be a sitting duck, allegedly. A countdown starts and you watch Kimberly sail into battle mode, rolling her shoulders and preparing her laser tag gun to fire immediately. Any last words? Let's take this guy down, no mercy. That is exactly the kind of energy we need. 3, 2, 1, go! Kimberly darts into the arena with a giddy laugh. You scramble to try and keep up before she can vanish into the shadows. Another set of giggles that probably come from T100 sound from elsewhere in the arena before echoing into silence. It takes a heroic 30 seconds for you to realize you are incredibly out of your depth. Kimberly has long since vanished, and you're getting turned around by the identical walls and flashing lights.
Not cool.
A few seconds later, your vest vibrates and flashes red, a taunting buzz of failure highlighting your incompetence alongside the triumphant laughter of T100. Dang, which way do you go? But where is T100? Okay, I'll go backwards. They'll never expect you to go backwards, right? Probably because that takes you back to the start and you have to awkwardly turn around again. Okay, you really haven't been taking this seriously, but now you absolutely have to focus. Where are you trying to go? Let me get to the center. These walls don't all go to the ceiling. You can sort of tell where the middle is. You take a few seconds to look around before you start getting disoriented. You are a hero of Spire. You have defeated beings capable of destroying your entire reality. You have resurrected gods. Laser attacks will not defeat you. Gathering your wits, you press forward to the center of the arena. Smoke gathers around your feet. Somewhere in the arena, you hear the sounds of laser guns firing, cursing, and footsteps fleeing the side of battle. Kimberly is trying to engage, but doesn't seem to be having much luck. What can you do to help? I'm gonna knock a wall over. You push over the closest barrier. No one ever said you couldn't. You spot the flash of T100's beds running between the walls. You aim and fire. You're rewarded with a victorious sting before they vanish behind cover. You try to spot where T100 went, but your squinting eyes land on another figure, climbing on top of some of the shorter walls to skip over corridors. Kimberly. You open your mouth to call out to her before seeing her make a weird gesture with her hand, pointing frantically in the direction T100 disappeared to. Oh, the signal! You fumble with your gun for a second before sending a quick prayer to Cassandra. You point in the direction Kimberly gestured, summoning magical darkness and chasing away what little invisibility there had been in that portion of the arena. Ha! The darkness strategy? You really are afraid of losing this match, aren't you, Kip? I'm not afraid. I'm being smart. Only a fool doesn't make use of their greatest weapons.
So inspiring.
Aw, she called you her greatest weapon. Alright, now what? A gleeful Kimberly suddenly appears from the shadows next to you. Just stay right there and keep an eye out. I'm going in. She sprints directly into the darkness, and within seconds there's a small cacophony of laser shots. Dings and buzzes of hits and misses, thumps of shoulders clipping walls, and feet tripping around corners.
Sneak attack.
You can hear Kimberly and T100 taunting each other, and soon realize that T100's voice is getting closer. Kimberly is slowly leading them towards you. You wait for T100 to stumble out of the darkness, obviously expecting further attack, but not knowing where it might come from, or even where they've ended up. You shoot immediately, nailing them in the chest, while another laser shot appears from within the spell to simultaneously hit the back.
Yeehaw!
My voice. Hold on. Let me try to avoid showing legs this time around. I still showed legs. I still showed... You know what? Forget it. T100's best lights up with dual sounds of failure, and an announcer declares a victory to Kip and partner. T100's shoulders slump with a petty groan. Let me save. I haven't saved in a minute. Oh, I was almost at 9 months of being a champion! You snap your fingers to dispel the darkness. Kimberly jumps down from the wall she climbed with a triumphant grin.
Kettle wins again.
Quite long enough, I think. You half expect her to rub salt in the in the wound, maybe by taunting them further or just loudly reveling in her victory. Instead, she holds up a hand for a T100 to high five. Same time next month? You know it. I'll be bringing a friend too. Oh, that wasn't the right voice. I'm counting on it, kid. T100 pulls down their bandanas to scratch their chin as they head out, revealing a face that's far younger than you expected. Yeah, Kimberly said that they were young. When the person you assumed was a halfling is gone, you look back at Kimberly, who looks pleased with herself. Wait, is that an actual child? Did you not realize that they're a kid? I thought they were another halfling! Kimberly looks at you for a long moment before bursting out in laughter. They're your size! They're like 12 and a half elf. Your epic laser attack rival is a little kid? Age doesn't matter if you got the skills to back it up, and they've definitely got the skills. She grinned again. And so do I, alongside official confirmation of my championship status. Do y'all hear that thunder? I don't think y'all can. I barely heard it. I never doubted you. Of course you didn't. I didn't think you'd be someone who likes team games so much. Well, this kind of laser tag isn't really a team game, but I'm not like against working with someone. I'd be heading to Salazar's after graduation if I was. You know, while he was driving you home last week, Gorgon mentioned something he was working on for his own capstone project. He even asked you to test it out for him the next time you had an hour or two to spare of school. Maybe. What? If I asked Riz to give you a note, would you take it without asking for anything in exchange? That's not how bartering works. Please, I promise you'll like it.
Whatever.
Whatever. Maybe if I'm in a good mood. Perfect. Someone's calling. Did you hear that? She called me her greatest weapon.
What an interesting mystery.
You know, that's a high compliment for a girl like that. What do you mean? A mastermind who's constantly coming up with new strategies for every situation she's in thinks of you as her secret trump card to secure victory. Hello?
So inspiring.
Is this about your wife again? Now, I don't know what you could possibly be talking about. Okay, last day before the big one, and then we're gonna end it. Where shall we go? We shall go on an adventure somewhere. But where? Oh, did the stickers change? Okay. I think I said I was gonna go to school. You know, I could talk to Lucy again. Let's go, Lucy. As long as, yeah, I shouldn't be interacting with other people, so yeah. Let me save. After 3 hours of staring at a blinking cursor on a blank page, trying desperately to turn the buzz in your head into usable words, you're a shell of yourself. Okay, maybe 3 hours is a stretch. Between trying to engage your friends in conversation to distract you, sending increasingly ridiculous prayers to Cassandra, and pacing so many circles around your room that you started to get dizzy, you worked for an hour, max. But still, how do you not have anything to show for it? You have 5 pages to get through and you don't even have a sentence. I'll be honest, I'm skipping this sentence. Except Riz, but then again he's Riz. Cassandra, help me. Your crystal buzzes. She sent back an emoji of an angry cat. Fantastic. Oh, there is a little new message here. Oh, did I not click it? Oh, I think it was just for decoration. You thunk your head on your desk with a groan, hoping it'll knock 2 brain cells together to give you just one idea. It doesn't work. Shocker. Your stomach chooses this exact moment to growl. You straighten with a grimace. Dang it. I deserve a break. You grab your keys and head out the door. Before you know it, you're strolling through the entrance to Slurs. The djinn himself is busy serving a long line of customers. He catches your eyes and sends you a smile, and you wave in response. You're not sure what you're in the mood for today, so you hang it back. As you ponder ice cream flavors, you look around the shop and notice none other than Lucy Frostblade tucked away in a corner booth. The table in front of her is piled high with dozens of empty ice cream cups. As you watch, she finishes another one and stacks it neatly, then scribbles something in a notebook. Curious, you approach her and just kind of stand for a moment by the table. She doesn't seem to notice, too absorbed in her writing. Hey Lucy, how's it hanging?
Hey, Kristen.
Lucy looks up startled.
Oh, hi.
Kristen, hi. I'm good, how are you? I'm great. Nothing brightens my day like getting something out of Slurs. You know, I absolutely agree. Can I sit? Go ahead. Slide to the booth across from her and nudge some of the containers to the clear space. So, what's all this ice cream? There are like 30 empty cartons here. Is that a frost giant thing, or? Lucy gives you a cool look. Are you implying that I must like ice cream because I'm a frost giant?
I turn invisible.
What? Oh, Kristen, you jerk! That was racist! You backpedal fiercely. No, that's not what I mean, you have a Slurs pin, so... Lucy's gaze is piercing. You start to sweat. Goosebumps pimpling along your arms like little ice daggers. Apologize, Applebees. I'm so sorry. That was so wrong of me. My friends always tell me I need to think before I talk. Let me make amends. I'll pay for your ice cream. You take a quick moment to count, then wince. All 32 of them. You're gonna be so broke after this. Even more than you already are. Adon could convince Bashar to give you a job, right? Or maybe you could talk to Fabian to give you a loan. Lucy's frozen expression cracks and she snorts, hiding a smile behind her hand. You stare at her, baffled. Relax, Kristen. I was just kidding. What the heck? You couldn't tell at all.
Blimey.
Oh, I totally knew that. So funny. Huh. Right, I'm sure you did. You look away, still flustered at the counter. You look away, still flustered. At the counter, Bashar is finally free, and you make desperate eye contact with him. Instead of swooping in to provide a distraction, he snaps his finger. A cup of chocolate fudge appears in front of you. Huh. You hadn't decided on a flavor, but this sounds just like what you need. And as a bonus, the ice cream cools the embarrassed heat in your cheeks. You give him a hand heart and thanks, and he chuckles loudly enough for you to hear him. You look up to see Lucy watching the exchange curiously.
Interesting.
You and Mr. Bashar are friends? Yeah, you could say that. We go way back. Which isn't exactly true, but it's true enough. 3 years could be considered way back to someone. Anyway, now that I'm done sticking my foot in my mouth, can you tell me what's with all the ice cream? Lucy sits back. I'm trying to figure out my favorite ice cream flavor. You blink. And you pull out 32 different kinds? Let's talk about ice cream flavors. My favorite ice cream flavor is cookie dough. You can never go wrong with cookie dough. If they have cotton candy, I love that. Hold on. My throat is so dry. I love birthday cake without the cake pieces. I hate when they put cake pieces. It makes me so mad. Just let me have the flavor of the birthday cake. I don't want all the extra stuff. And then also, honeydew. One time I tried cantaloupe. Oh my gosh, that was in Italy. When, we visited Italy. It was so good. It wasn't technically ice cream, it was gelato. And they're gonna be on my head about it, but I don't care. That was so good. There was one in Japan that I really liked, but I don't remember what it was. I just remember it was like teal, seafoam green, something like that. It was good. Yeah. I'm trying to think of the fruity one. remember the name of it. There's a name for it. It's like tropical passion, something like that. That's good too. I'm done talking about ice cream. Mango ice cream is also good. Yeah, I'm done. We can go back to the game. A second after you finish talking, another cup appears in front of Lucy.
Whammy.
33 and counting. Oh my gosh, I'm surprised your head hasn't exploded from the brain freeze. Wait, you said that without thinking. Can frost giants even get brain freeze? Do you mess it up again? Lucy frowns into her cup as she examines the ice cream. She takes her wooden spoon and scoops a bit into her mouth. You see that below the bright yellow top scoop, there's a layer of blue underneath, as well as what looks like cookie dough. Yep, I love me some cookie dough. I can handle brain freeze better than most, but it still sucks. Phew, never mind, you're good, but you're still confused. Okay, wait, back up. You're going through all this just to pick a favorite? Why? Where did this come from? You're not expecting a frustrated frown to overtake Lucy's face. She leans back and lets out a long sigh. So, I was working on Yolanda's paper. You make a face at the unpleasant reminder. Right. And I was looking at the questions and I had this thought. I've been having this thought for a while, actually. She pauses. You raise your eyebrows at her, urging her to continue. It's like... Lucy pushes her ice cream to the center of the table. You lean closer. Alright, imagine you were this top layer of mango ice cream. Ooh, mango. That sounds delicious. You could really go for some mango. They're literally listing all the flavors I just named. That's wild. A cup appears slowly by your elbow. Thank you, Bastrar. Lucy continues, her words tumbling out of her mouth and picking up speed. So you've been the mango ice cream in this cup for a real long time, and then something big happens, something that completely shakes this top layer up. Lucy demonstrates by taking a giant scoop of the top layer and eating it. You blanch, but she doesn't flinch. She really must know how to deal with brain freeze. And then you find that underneath the top layer there's something you didn't expect. Lucy points to the blueberry and cookie dough in her cup. And now you have to deal with this extra stuff that you never expected to encounter, and you don't understand it at all. You're still mango, and you were good at being mango, but now you're also all these other flavors that you just don't know how to handle. Lucy's fist is clenched under the tiny wooden spoon, her gaze boring to yours. You lean back slowly, unnerved by the intensity in her eyes.
Right, totally.
Okay, so if I'm understanding this correctly, you're having an identity crisis. Lucy points at you with the spoon, almost jabbing you in the eye. You've never seen her so spirited.
Oh.
Yes, exactly. I'm having an identity crisis. Huh. Now that you think about it, this explains her mood at the end of class last week. And besides, it makes a weird kind of sense. You couldn't have gone through what she did without having some kind of identity crisis. You know, I happen to be kind of an expert on those. Tell me about it. What's going on? Lucy chews on her lips while she thinks. You push the mango ice cream over to her, and she gives you a tiny, grateful smile. Yeah, if you get in some of that mango ice cream, you're gonna have to pay for it. I'll be honest with you. We gotta go. That counts as a split. I used to be so comfortable with being a cleric of Rubina. I knew who I was, but then I almost left her. I believed in her so strongly, it still almost turned my back on her. But you didn't. Lucy shakes her head, troubled. But I almost did. I never thought that would be me. Well, every cleric goes through periods of doubt, right? It's all part of the journey. Like I said, I went through like 3 gods before Cassandra. That's if you count yes and yes as 2 different gods, which if you're not totally sure about, you note down that theological puzzle for later. Ada might have fun chewing on it. I guess. It just feels like I don't know myself like I thought I did. And part of me is scared that if I don't figure it all out, I won't be able to stick to my convictions or even know what they are. You let that sink in. So, what's the ice cream about? Lucy shrugs. She turns her notebook to you, revealing a list of ice cream flavors with ratings in an additional column. Idly, you note that her handwriting is loopy and delicate. Very pretty. I figured if I don't know myself, maybe I could start with figuring out my favorite flavor. I've never had one, and then... Lucy looks at you for a long moment considering. Slowly she flips a page. Well, I kind of thought about making a list. A bucket list, I guess. She frowns thoughtfully. Though, I've already died, so calling it a bucket list isn't quite right. Anyways, it's a list of things that I want to accomplish. Things that'll help me get to know me better. This sounds interesting. What's on it? Lucy hands the notebook over to you. You read through the page. I had to look at the clock to see how many hours we got on this camera. First on the list is makeup with Kipper Lily, which has been crossed out. Oh! Why are we grimacing? We're literally trying to date her right now, but okay. You try to keep your face neutral, but you're pretty sure Lucy has noticed your grimace when she gives you a knowing look. Lucy has also written 5 favorite flavor of ice cream. Change up style, get a different haircut, get into gardening, learn more about frost giant culture, make more good memories at Farhaven Woods, go to a big social event. There's so much cool stuff here. I'm glad you think so. I tried to add things that will push me out of my comfort zone. You read over the list again, an idea strikes you. Hey, where it says go to a big social event? What about Spring Fling? What? That's a really big social event. Yeah, but it sounds really fun, and we're in our last year, right? We should end it with a bang and not a whimper, or whatever that old poet guy said. That poem's about dying, Kristen. You shoot her finger guns. Even better, you love death metaphors. Touché. I don't know. Besides, you won't be alone. I'll be there. Lucy looks surprised. You will? Oh! That made it sound like you were asking her out. I just mean, I'm student council president, so I'll have to be there. And it's my job to make sure everyone's having fun, right? Lucy relaxes. Nice save, Applebees. Right, I guess I could add it and see how I feel later. You watch her write it down, then cast another look at all the ice cream on the table. You know, I feel like you gather enough data to knock one item off the list. Lucy eyes the table sheepishly. I guess so, but what if I change my mind later? Then you change your mind. Knowing yourself isn't a one and done kind of thing. You're always changing, so you're always going to discover new things about yourself. This list is the start of a really cool journey. Lucy surprised you by smiling warmly. You're pretty wise. You're pretty wise, aren't you? You find yourself grinning back. Being a cleric of the literal embodiment of doubt has its moments. You pause. And come on, you can't eat the entire menu trying to figure this out, right? Lucy's cheeks puff. She looks vaguely nauseous at the thought. No, I think I'm all ice creamed out. Okay then, moment of truth. What flavor are you gonna pick? To set the mood, you start a drum roll on the table. Almost dislodging the cups. Lucy catches one expertly as it rolls off the surface. She scans her notebook. I choose Moon Mist. It's banana, grape, and bubblegum. That sounds so gross, actually, but Lucy looks delighted to cross one item off the list. The pen makes a satisfying whoosh as it flies across the page. You hold up your ice cream and Lucy follows with hers. You tap them together. Cheers!
Nat 20.
Cheers.
That's wonderful.
You dig in, a comfortable silence settling over you both. So, what are you planning on doing next? Lucy chews on her spoon absentmindedly as she thinks. I was thinking of going shopping at the mall. You perk up. Ooh! Can I come? Shopping sounds great. It's been forever since you've been to Elm Valley Mall, and you've been dying to check out what's new there. Plus, hang out with Lucy will be fun. Of course, I was hoping you ask. Sounds like a plan. I'll text you. Spend a little while longer chatting before you leave for the evening.
Have a nice day.
When you get home, you find that your laptop is still open to your document. You sit down in front of it, and this time when you look at the questions, you find that you have a better idea of how to answer them. A lot of that is probably thanks to Lucy. Today was enlightening for you too. You begin working away, smiling to yourself. You can't wait to see her soon. You do only get 3 sentences in before you're distracted again, but hey, that's 3 more sentences than before. Someone's calling. Lucy's really cool. We've got plans to hang out soon. Oh, wrong voice. Lucy's really cool. We've got plans to hang out soon, too.
That's amazing, Kristen. I'm so happy for you.
I mean, I don't think we're anywhere near asking her to spring fling yet. Honestly, I'm just having fun getting to know her. I'm happy with that no matter what happens.
That's really cute. Keep it up.
Big date, big date. Big date, big date. Sorry. Probably shouldn't sing that song. I gotta listen to myself. Okay, we can hear me. Just gotta keep double checking. Especially with OBS. You, Gorga, Riz, and Adai have camped out all night to get the best possible spot for Gulapalooza, and the sun is finally rising on what has serious potential to be the best day ever. The festival is entirely sold out, and anyone who's anyone is going to be in attendance. Fig's performing, of course, and she might even take you and the bad kids backstage.
Nat 20.
The rest of the lineup is unreal this year too. Chapel Gnome is headlining along with Cantrip Lamar, Billy Elvish, and Emily Axford, Remy Werewolf, Boy Genie, Kritsky, and La Fay are performing too, and that's just on the main stage. There are others spread throughout the campground. There's something for everyone here this year, and it's dizzyingly exciting. Let me take that mouse off the screen. The fresh morning air fills your nostrils along with some very potent fireweed smoke from the camper next door. You're sure you could score some if you ask, but you want to explore the festival with a clear head. You finally spot Fabian walking over. He wouldn't dream of missing his beauty sleep. He settles into Gorga's spot as Gorga heads backstage to meet Fig. You let out a contented sigh. What could be better than this? Obviously there's a lot of music to take in, but there's so much more to the festival. It's shaping up to be a beautiful day. The sun's shining bright and the air crisp and new.
So inspiring.
Some organizer has prestidigitated, y'all know the word, and the entire grounds to smell faintly of flowers instead of sweat and BO, and you really appreciate that. As attendees begin streaming in, you spot several of your classmates all wearing their music festival best. You look down at yourself in your usual outfit. You don't have any flashy accessories or creative makeup, but you'll be comfortable, and that's what matters. Gulapalooza is only a fashion show if you want it to be, after all.
So that's,
There's so much to
yeah.
do, so much to see. There's so much to do, so much to see. So many people to hang out with. Just one problem. Your friends are splitting up for the day, so you need to pick a festival buddy, the one person you spend the whole day with. Who will it be? I want to give Kimberly a chance. I'm so upset. Tracker. We're gonna do Tracker. I mean, we're not gonna do Tracker yet, but if Tracker's here, you know she's at one of the punk shows. She's taking you to Plenty that first year you were together. It had been terrifying and exhilarating for you, still getting used to the idea that regular old pop music wasn't just for warlocks or people who prefer Marge's corn to your mother's. You know, unforgivable sins. Between Tracker and Fig's influence, you actually know almost all the bands whose fans you're walking by. Finding Tracker is going to be really difficult. You might have to dig up that old shared playlist to guess what band should be visiting. Kristen! Before you can even open the link, you're nearly tackled into the people behind you by the force of Tracker's hug. Ah! Tracker pulls back a little bit, beaming wide, with her arms around you. It's suddenly much harder to care about the annoyed crowd members you nearly barreled into. Totally worth it. I'm so glad you're here. Come on, we got time to get up to the front. Thanks for coming over to this side of the festival. Seriously, it opens so much harder to find you in time if you wander off somewhere else. Don't you mean harder to track me? Oh, ha ha. Jawbone's been making that same joke since I was 13. You'll have to try harder than that. As you always have with these shows, you kind of just let Tracker yank you along. She's much better at navigating through the crowds than you are, thanks to the werewolf's sense of smell and familiarity with the scene. You aren't right next to the stage by the time she's satisfied, but you are pretty dang close. Close enough that you could bless the bland if you felt like it. Yeah, this is gonna be good. Galakea, it's been so long since I've been to a good concert. The scene in Fountainelle's kind of lacking, huh? You have no idea. Even their hardcore bands think acoustic guitars are too alternative. Yikes. Tracker snorts. I do remember the songs you added to our playlist, babe. You might enjoy a Fountainellean concert. Well, yeah, probably, but I like this too. Especially with you as my festival buddy.
Really? Well,
Tracker's hand tightens in yours, smile widening further. Aw, you're sweet. And a bit of a poser, but still sweet.
This is so not yeehaw.
You're so mean to me. I should go see if there's still room at Chapel Gnomes. Babe, I don't even think Cassandra can make that miracle happen. You're absolutely about to retort with something devastatingly witty and charming, but before you can, the stage lights dim and a loud, angsty voice cuts through the air. Tracker howls as the rest of the crowd cheers. The music is immediately so loud you could barely hear yourself think, let alone hear her talking. She's mouthing something. Let's go to the Hobbit! What? The Boppets! Sorry? The Dodgemits! What? Follow me! Tracker gestures towards... Oh, the mosh pit. That makes more sense. She gives you a questioning look as if to ask, wanna go? You know if you hesitate, she'd stay out here with you just enjoying the music. Instead, you use the hand laced with hers to tug her in after you. You think you can even hear her delighted laughter over the cacophony. Oh my god! That art is so beautiful. It's so chaotic so quickly. You get separated immediately with all the thrashing and flailing arms. The only reason you don't fall flat on your face is because you keep collapsing into people who block your fall. Someone gets annoyed enough by it that they pick you up and place you on top of the crowd, who keep you aloft. Hey, you're crowd surfing. The tiredness is kicking in. But we're about to wrap things up soon. The crowd eventually ends up taking you back towards Tracker, who grins up at you, wrapping her hand around your arm to keep you in place. She says something you can't hear at all over the music, so you just beam at her, shaking your head. Tracker grins back at you. She mouths just 2 words. Heck. Heck yeah. Heck yeah! The crowd seems to roar out its agreement, and the two of you enjoy the music for what feels like hours. When you finally come down to earth, she places her hand back in yours again. This time, she doesn't let go. Please don't move. Okay, I'm gonna let y'all see it. There we go. Beautiful artwork. Beautiful. Well done. Never before seen. Fantastic. Gorgeous. Yeah, we get the point. Let me put myself back on screen. Love that. That's so cute. Week 5. Oh.
ring ring.
I tried to save before we got here, but let me save. Save. And just in case, load game. Book. Back up. 2. W5. There we go. And you know what? I made it the thing. We're gonna look at the credits again. Do. Look at all these people. Are there only stickers for people I've talked to? Bum, bum, ba, ba, bum, bum. I definitely need to put the link in the description again. Not again, because I didn't do it the first time. Yeah, that's the end of not round one. Okay, I got nervous. It made me nervous, so I'm gonna save again. Okay. Woo, round one. We finished it. We finished it. Well, we didn't finish it, but we finished the 2 weeks. We got 3 more weeks before spring fling. No, technically we got 2 more weeks. Week 8 is gonna be spring fling, but I think besides that one mess up in the first week, I think we're on track to get Tracker. Hopefully, I'm begging, praying. Honestly, I think I nailed Kipper Lily, and I'm so sad that I'm not continuing forth with her thing. But you know, it is what it is. Yeah. What are you gonna do? Play better? Maybe, but yeah. Okay, let me do my little YouTube outro. Thank you so much for joining me. I love this. We are almost done. Let's see if we can get Tracker next episode. We did good here. We talked to Kipper Lily more. I'm falling for Kipper Lily. Didn't know it would happen when I first played this game, but it happened. So, we're staying on route with Tracker, but maybe off stream I'll go back and see what happens with Kipper Lily. But thank you so much for joining me. I am Book. This is Loner Film Games, and you just watched the Loner Game. Bye. Okay. Now it's just me and you guys. What are we doing? What am I doing? I'm probably gonna go to sleep immediately after this. Well, actually, I'm gonna take my melatonin and then go to sleep. Next week, date everything, because it comes out June 17th. I already pre-ordered it. So prepare for that Saturday and Sunday. Might be playing a little. I might be playing Fortnite. The game I swore off of. Because I said I was never going to play on stream, but I might be playing it. I'm going to name it Mortmite. So if you're like, what in the world is Mortmite next Sunday? Yeah. That's what that is. I just don't want to say the name because I don't want people in the chat going, oh, can't play. Because I'm gonna be honest. I am a jerk. And I will say no. And it won't be in a nice way. Respectfully. But I don't think I'll have problems if I name it Mortmite. But yeah, unless I know you, I'm not trying to play a game with you, to be honest. Is that mean? What? You know? There's matches. You can match up with someone else. Like, it doesn't have to be me. But also, I might be playing horribly because I'm going to be on controller. Because usually I'm just like on my Switch, just holding console like this. But I'm going to have to dock it, so I have to use the controller. We'll see how that works out. Also, we'll see how my Wi-Fi works out. It has been horrendous, terrible, awful. I seen we dropped some frames, 0.1%, but and 470 frames. Yeah, the Wi-Fi, we're not doing good here. We'll see how bad the lag is. Hopefully it turns out good. But I am so excited about day everything. I'm so excited. You know, validate. Oh, I guess Romancevania. I was about to say, since validate, we haven't dated any black people, but you know what? Romancevania, I'm trying to romance. No, because we haven't engaged with them. So I haven't. Since validate, I have not dated a black person in a game. At least on stream. So be ready for that. And that will be voice acted. It should be voice acted. It should be. And hopefully my throat can have a rest. Another sentence I will be cutting from the stream because you know what? I'm too tired. I'm saying things that I shouldn't say. Okay, I'm gonna head out. Hope you enjoyed the stream. Hope you guys are excited for the end of this. It will be the last week of June. Next week, day everything, Wart Mites. Okay. Thank you for joining me. I am Book. This is Lone Film Games. And guess what? You just watched a loner game. Bye.